There's no way we can convince anyone we actually like each other.
Hey guys, Society Reviews here with my review of the film Anyone But You. Remember romance? Remember comedy? Yeah, those were good times. In the year 2023, I think it's safe to say that Hollywood is probably the worst place you can go to look for either romance or comedy. It's safe to say that an industry that has spent so long subverting the populace into homosexual romance has completely forgotten how to write a story about a man and a woman. On the flip side, the same industry that tells the world what isn't funny, because we don't want to punch down anymore, hasn't made a film that made audiences laugh since the Bush administration. W, by the way. So when Sony releases a trailer for a movie that's supposedly a romantic comedy about two attractive leads falling in love, you will be a fool to not ask the question, well, what's the catch? The catch is the two people on the poster are basically supporting characters in their own movie. Surprise, it's a bait and switch. The film stars Glenn Powell as Ben and Sydney Sweeney as B. After meeting in a coffee shop in Boston, despite the fact neither one sounds like they even know where Boston is on a map, the couple instantly hits it off as they spend their romantic day and night together. However, a misunderstanding causes the couple to lose connection for almost 2 years. Fortunately for them, B's sister is getting married to Ben's best friend, who happens to be a woman. Surprise! Ben and B are forced to travel to Australia in order to attend the wedding. However, when their ex-girlfriend and boyfriend shows up to the event, they decide to pretend to go out with one another in order to make their exes jealous so they can get back together with their exes. And to the surprise of absolutely no one, this plan falls apart quicker than something that was made by Acme. If you thought that Anyone But You was Hollywood's attempt at making a solid rom-com movie, boy were you wrong. Anyone But You is a film that essentially showcases three things. One, the film showcases how progressive they are by highlighting the interracial lesbian couple as the primary figure of the movie. Two, the film showcases awkward comedy that makes up for its obnoxious dialogue between the characters. And third, they have to make up for the film credit they received by filming most of the movie in Australia. The first question you should ask yourself about any romantic comedy is that do the two leads have any chemistry? And the answer here is, well, yeah. They're your typical couple that your friends say should be together, but probably aren't good together in real life. The film pulls focus away from our two leads in order to give it to an arraignment of terrible supporting characters. You have hippie parents number one, you have hippie parents number two, you have lesbian couple, you have the young Australian couple who are funny because no one can understand what they're saying, you have super cool black best friend, and that's about it. Everything the story structure needs to succeed simply doesn't work because the rest of the film isn't really that interesting. The first act of the movie presents itself as if it's going after over-the-top physical comedy to get the majority of its laughs, but as the film progresses, that aspect of the comedy is slowly removed out of the story. But going back to the problem at hand, Hollywood doesn't know how to do comedies because they don't know what actual romance is. A town full of degenerates has completely perverted what love means and turned it into lust. What that creates is giving us two characters who don't know how to communicate on a human level. One person doesn't know how to express his feelings at all, and the other person can't commit to anything in her life. And what that leaves audiences with is two characters who have absolutely nothing in common, share no interests, but they're both attractive. The romantic element of this film is so disconnected to reality, no real couple can sit here and actually believe anything that's actually going on. And the same can be said for the comedy of this film as well. Take a scene, for example, where Sydney Sweeney's character tries to steal a cookie from Ben, only to end up stuck in the most ridiculous way possible, which ends up with her on top of him for the light chuckle of an implied sex scene. That's the bit. At the end of the day, asking Hollywood to make a good romantic comedy is like asking your plumber to pave your driveway. There's a reason you don't do it. I give Anyone But You a 2 out of 10.
Convincing enough?